of this yarn here, pops the ulti just to try to see for it. Both of them waiting for the parry to see if maybe they can connect it, but it looks like Jux is going to be able to get parried. Jin able to successfully capture that out, gets the finish and gets the elimination for this game. Meanwhile, Mike in a different situation here. Wang Liang catching with a little bit of some bullying magic on the back stretch, even though T225 also trying to do the exact same thing, closing in the gap little by little, waiting for the right click to hold. Beautiful parry to be able to capture him on the outside. Beautiful finish for T225, is able to capture it, and not only that, but secure the elimination on AOW's Mike. This is a completely different game from what we've been noticing so far. Meanwhile, it's the same thing with T225. T225 trying to hold it, ends up actually picking up his weapon here, making it to where he can't actually do anything. Now he has to go for the swap, goes for the blue spear, trying to see maybe he can connect it. Wang Liang, beautiful opportunity with a double parry to do exactly what he needs to. Beautiful juggle on the stretch. T225 struggling, dagger in hand, has nowhere to go, nothing to do. Wang Liang pops off with 2 eliminations, and just like that, he's in the game.
Turning now to WBG Spider going head-to-head here with JJH's XXY here. Spider catches him out. This is the move we saw last game classically from so many of these Akos coming in, using that V2 to catch these Temis off guard. As they pop the wisp to go airborne, they can follow it up with the V2 and catch them out, so they're not able to create the distance that they usually are by going airborne off the back of activating that wisp. WBG Spider picks up an elimination there. T's S Railgun out here by Shipwreck Expanse, looking for a little bit of extra loot here. Hasn't found an elimination just yet, still has that resurrection under their belt, just looking to scale up into the rest of this early game. AOW's Mike, though, already gone, but back into this game very heavily. He doesn't have that resurrection available, but he's found himself purple armor and a purple weapon already. Absolutely huge considering the fact that he had to respawn already. We're going to see J-Team's action here coming in, trying to lock down AOW's Mike. Oh, look at that. Mike trying to go in there with the lantern to get a hit. Mike knows that he's under the lantern there, uses the ultimate to keep himself from being knocked airborne. If you saw Action trying to go for the uppercut to knock Mike into the stun, not able to find it though because of the ult activation on the end of Mike. Mike gonna use the Tiger just to keep the chase up, gonna go topside, decides he wants to go for the reset. Rather than continuing to chase Jin, now that Jin's popped the ultimate, Mike wants to go ahead and get away from here. He needs to play it a little bit safer, given the fact that he does not have that early game resurrection. J-Team's action in a similar situation, so just going to use that ult to create space and keep moving across the map. Great decision making from both of these players, but man, what a play from Mike to recognize where he was being positioned by action there and using the ult to keep himself from getting knocked up into what would have been a sure death, Dobby.
Kind of wild here with that amount of depth as well here as the RG Zakuma is going to be able to capture and see if maybe he can get some decent amount of loot out of that pack, as Jux is going to be able to run away from that though. Akuma really has been like kind of a little bit more reserved in some of these games that we've noticed so far. I know you've been talking about a little bit in terms of Akuma, but what does Akuma need to do in these situations here if he's really going to see himself in the top spot? We know that he has the capabilities of doing it here, but so far he just has been struggling really, not only to really capture these eliminations here. Oh, Jux is dangerously low on the outskirts here of this circle, trying to see if maybe he can capture this with the pistol shots. Could be able to potentially do it if he's able to connect it, but it's not going to be enough, as Panda Man is going to be able to connect those shots, get the hits, and gets the finish onto Jux. But what does Akuma need to do?
I mean, Akuma's playing this game well, right? He has positioned himself to final circle every single game. He's positioned himself there with his weapon of comfort at a decent, level, blue or above. Typically, he had gold in the first game, purple the game after. He's sitting fairly well. He just needs to work on putting some eliminations together in the early game and wait for that opportune moment in late game to turn it into his game. He's positioned himself to do that every single game. If he continues to do exactly what he's been doing, he will find that moment. He's gonna find that opportunity. The problem being is that there are 3 games left here. If the opportunity doesn't present itself, he's gonna have to make it present itself in one of the 2 final games. So he can kind of rest a little bit easy right now in this particular game. If he doesn't find his moment, just play this out to be a consistency game again. But if this plays out to be that consistency game for him, he's going to have to force it in game 5 or 6. That's not where you want to be. You're kind of risking it for the biscuit at that point. It's kind of all or nothing. So Akuma needs to really look for a strong opening in the final circle this game around after putting a couple of eliminations under his belt, and make this be the game where he pops off. So that way he can find a level of comfort going into games 5 and 6, Dobby.
It's going to take time to see if he can find it, though, but he definitely does not have time, as now time is of the essence for him here within these next 2 games here. So this is definitely going to be the start for him, as he really needs to be able to pop off here for that opportunity here. But the same thing with WBG Spider here. I think WBG Spider has been playing at least at a decent level here, where there's a little bit of confidence happening with a lot of these players. Same with Mike, and the same with S-Rail as well. XXDin now putting his name in the pack as well, and it looks like Mike and Spider is fighting this out inside of the realm of Yang. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to be going crazy in chat, because this is one of the realm of Yangs we've been waiting to see. The rivalry begins and it doesn't end, as they finally be able to start it off. They go airborne here, trying to see if they can get the hits from the outskirts, and it looks like Spider's going to connect the first ones here inside of the spear on the mid-air. Meanwhile, he's able to back off from the strike. It pops the ulti from AOW's Mike, and now he's going to start ghosting in, trying to see if maybe you can push him with the Tiger, trying to see if you can catch him with the ulti, but it's not going to be enough, as he does pop him with it. Nice bow shot to be able to connect him here. No shot on AOW's Mike. Now the pressure is on him. Spider trying to back off towards this, forces the ulti to be able to come back as well. Both of them missing the Tiger strikes on each one, but both of their claws are going to be able to connect on each one anyway, as they're both going to be able to try to see if they can dive in on each side as much as possible, and ends up sending Spider airborne. AOW's Mike ends up hitting him with spears. Beautiful hits on each side here. Spider trying to hold on for as long as humanly possible here. This is the rematch that we've been wanting to see here, and it looks like Spider might have the opportunity here, as he does wait for it, though. He knows that he could be striking at any moment here, but he decides not to here. Nice little strike happening, though, but it looks like Mike is going to be able to secure that dub here. He knew he had the opportunity. He knew he was dangerously low. He wanted to shield. You can tell he was waiting for Mike to strike, and each time he thought about it, Mike started to push in, so he knew that the time was of the essence, and obviously the time was not going to be his best friend in that moment.
Look, Mike ended up playing that out so clean in the ending there, getting into the weapon swap combo. And look, WBG Spider can't even be mad about it. We cut to the cam for WBG Spider, and he's just like, I was so close. He's got a smile on his face. I love to see the adjustment from Spider, because this in the past would have absolutely tilted Spider off of the planet. But I think with him going back in the zone where he is right now, he might have himself a Soul Bloom stash. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. He had one stashed in the zone. He knew even if he lost that Realm of Yang, he was gonna be okay. Spider is still in this game, even though Mike able to pick up that elimination, go in and get himself some much needed loot there. He's got that legendary set of dual blades trying to come in on Shaw here. Both of them gonna parry off in the face of one another. Neither of them gonna connect, but then Mike gonna come in and catch a huge F off onto GG Shaw. Shaw gonna start getting blitzed down here by these dual blades. Catches him out here, looks to go for the uppercut. Shaw coming in, gonna use the wisp to get away there. Used to, if you've seen this before, you can use those dual blades to catch out the tumults off the top of that jump from the wisp, but they changed how high the dual blades go up, and then they made that wisp jump into a gold focus so that you're not able to quite catch them out the same way you used to be able to. Mike not able to follow it up, but the rest of the lobby coming in onto Mike, sees that Mike's low. Mike gets a parry, is forced into the animation, finds a double re-whip, and XXY with the musket shot will eliminate Mike. Mike, thankfully, with the Vermilion Bird's Bite, is still in this game, though, is going to walk away and find a way, go find himself an altar to get himself back into this game. WBG Spider on the backside here in the no ult zone here, taking these fights with multiples of these players. XXY, who just picked up the elimination there on AOW's Mike. Spider going to back off after taking that bow shot, does not want to overcommit to the bite. XXY hungry to find that next elimination after picking up AOW's Mike. Shaw going to use that gold focus there off of the F to go airborne to get away from that staff combo. We're going to see the ult invested here by AOW's Mike, who's coming back for revenge on XXY, puts him into the blender. We're seeing multiple ultimates popped here by the Temmies, and it's going to be fun. Plus Phoenix's Jin, who finds that elimination onto XXY, and XXY gets sent back to the lobby.
They said GG, see you later, buddy. Congratulations on being the second person that goes inside of the lobby, you know. Happy that I could be able to send you there in that moment here, but you know, it's unfortunate though when you got to be the one to do it. Sometimes you got to put it down, lay it down, and let them know I am here, and you are not going anywhere, sir. As Wang Liang is going to be able to rotate this around here, trying to see if maybe they can capture this hit, trying to see if they can have the opportunity for it here. So many players around so far here too. Definitely something you have to pay attention to and be a little bit careful of in this situation here. See if the opportunity to do that as XX Jin trying to rotate this out here. Definitely does not want to get caught. Trying to play this out here as the slam comes through from the A-Coast, waiting for the opportunity to strike dagger downs, be able to put a decent amount of damage together, as Wang Liang is also going to be able to disrupt that. The staff sword, pole sword, should I say, actually being able to be a little bit of a dangerous hit for him, as well as Wang Liang is going to capture that elimination onto this one, and it eliminates XX Jin out of this game. Unfortunate. Now it's back to the continuation of Panaman and Wang Liang. Wang Liang, oh, Panaman is going to catch him inside of the corner here, inside of this tight little box. Can't really go anywhere in this space here as he forces the ulti to be able to come through here, and now he's caught inside the tornado. This could be a fantastic opportunity for Wang Liang here. Waiting for the opportunity though, as the Tiger is going to be able to lecture him and take him all the way that far outside of the section of this tornado. And man, oh man, he got lucky. This could have been real bad for Wang Liang in that moment.
Yeah, Wang Liang played that so well. Panaman trying to put him in the corner, said, I'm going to put you in the timeout box. And Wang Liang just said, no. I'm going to take you to 1v1 in Temi Town. And that Panaman wanted nothing to do with it. Wang Liang threw that wisp, hoping to catch Panaman out, but no confidence he was going to. You see how far he moved away? It took so long for him to get back after he caught him with that wisp and into the edge of the zone to follow up on it, because he was like, there's no way I'm going to land that when I throw it. He lands it. He's able to capitalize a little bit on it, but he doesn't pressure the fight. As we turn now to the realm of Yang, it's going to be TE's S Railgun going head-to-head here with AOW's Mike. Mike with one elimination under their belt so far from the realm of Yang against WBG Spider. Let's see if he can make it a two-piece here inside the realm of Yang as he goes on to Railgun. Railgun goes to let that charge right-click rip, and AOW's Mike going to come in with the F, get that damage reduction, and cancel it out. Railgun going to return the favor with an F in the zone. Both of them on purple armor and legendary weapons here, trying to trade blows. Mike coming in hungry here, trying to catch out Railgun. They're going to catch each other with those gold focus. Mike able to find the follow-up into the uppercut with a grapple rego, and now we're going to see the follow-up here. Who takes control of the neutral? It's going to be AOW's Mike. There's nothing Railgun can do, and AOW's Mike comes out 2 for 2 in the realms of Yang here in game number 4. Mike also going to be picking up a legendary set of nunchucks here as well to go with these legendary dual blades. Mike super happy with his picks up here from the realm of Yang. Double eliminations as well. He's going to pick up that Mystic Might coming in and keep his game alive here. S Railgun going to be forced to go out and look for that Soul Bloom to get himself back into the game. As we take a look here, GG Shot with the bounty on his head, sitting topside on the ballista, trying to discourage some of these players from pressuring onto him. He's going to come down bot side as Fun Plus Phoenix's Jin starts to pressure forwards here. Shaw going to back away after grabbing some much needed resources from the bottom side of the tower. TE's S Railgun here with 3 minutes and 35 seconds left remaining on that Yang depletion, needs to go out and find himself a Soul Bloom. The question is, does he have one stashed? Railgun typically goes inside the realm of Yang, and he's got himself a Soul Bloom stash somewhere. Right now, it doesn't look like he does because he's not moving directly in one direction. He's just kind of moving around looking for people. So Railgun, a little bit on the back foot here. He has to find somebody to eliminate to get himself back into this game. WBG Spider holding on right now. Top side here with that purple pole sword, going to scale rush, looking to maybe play on that ballista. Thinks better of it given how close everybody is to the tower here. We're going to see that lovely Morris Blessing coming into play. WBG Spider thinking about going bot side to potentially play on it. And ladies and gentlemen, here it is. It's time for your favorite part of Naraka, Tower Watch.
Tower Watch definitely should be Tower Watch should definitely be a new game mode by Naraka Bladepoint. Let's say the tower is like 100 feet tall, and if you fall, that's when you get eliminated. And it's just, you could just be so far up high in the air. I mean, you can go so far up high, like past the clouds. Like, you should be able to say hi to the massive god that is the Bane's Breath. That, like, you should be able to, like, go up there and say, what's up, how you doing? Yes, we are
just
fighting
give him
at
a
your
little
level.
smooch, Dobby.
Yeah, just give him a little mwah, appreciate you, and then just keep moving as you're fighting it alongside with S-Rail here, who GG Shaw was actually able to get the elimination onto KLA's T225 here. Unfortunate for him, as he's currently in the 4th position, 2 eliminations to his name, but he is out of this game as well. Meanwhile, Ezreal and Spider tied up 29.4 on each side here. Spider caught inside of a corner here, pushed on by both players here. He's gonna have to rotate from the outskirts here, from outside of the circle, giving him a very tough squeeze here to try to see if he can find whatever. Meanwhile, Mike in the same position that he was as GG Shaw. Looks like he has that dreadful whale. Definitely a place you definitely do not want to be in here, as now he ends up getting chased by both. It looks like everybody knows these two, and they're just trying to make sure that these two have a terrible time in this game so far. The griefing is real in this game here, but let's see if Spider and AOW's Mike can overcome this one, as it looks like it's not going to be good for Spider here, as he ends up getting shredded and shattered by cannons and fire from all over the place here. And S-Railgun is not going to let him go without a fight, or at least an elimination out of this, though. Spider trying to rotate this as much as possible inside of the tower here, as AOW's Mike is also trying to do the exact same thing. In between this, there's so much in between. It's an absolute 4-way, and you got to be careful inside this one, though, as Spider's going to be able to back out here. But it looks like Jin is going to be able to find him on the outskirts of that circle here and gets finished from the outside. And just like that, now everybody starts to work together and hopefully tries to scatter, but it's not going to be easy, though, as Mike is going to be able to find somebody, catches the Tiger, and is able to send him flying here. Meanwhile, same thing with some of the other players as well, trying to see if they can hold strong, getting any type of attack. It looks like somebody's going to capture on the outskirts here, as Akuma is going to get caught onto this one as well, and catches Akuma inside of the Tiger Strike here. Question is, can he do it again? Ezreal trying to hold on for as long as possible. Dangerously low on each side here. He's able to fight for as long as humanly possible, but it's not going to be enough, and it's the same thing for Akuma. Dangerously low, is able to get the shard, is able to keep the game alive for himself, and he's going to be able to rotate off the backside here and keep the fight moving. Akuma, definitely somebody that's really good at being able to maneuver the best way he can here, and clearly he's been able to do that with how he's been able to run. I mean, look at the movement coming in from Akuma here.
Oh my god, yeah, Akuma playing this absolutely well. This is exactly what I talked about. Akuma is playing his game right now. He's not letting anybody else force him to play their game. He finds that elimination. He's able to get that soul bloom, and critically, this is something viewers at home need to understand, because we are playing in that Immortal War game mode. Those soul blooms heal for double and give you double the amount of rage that you get from soul blooms in regular ranked. So picking up those soul blooms, absolutely critical. Unfortunately, Wang Liang comes down with a massive drop in from the dagger there, and that dreadful whale just completely butchers DRG Akuma out of the lobby as we're talking about it. So unfortunately, Akuma doesn't find the consistency that he's been finding in all of these other games, and that's going to put the pressure onto him pretty hard going forward into games 5 and 6. Mike here taking a lot of zone just to pick through that body, but he desperately in need of the resource. He's got no choice but to take them. He's going to go inside here to look for a reset. He's going to use 2 Na very critically here so that he doesn't waste those pots. He's going to get the buff from it as well. He gets the full 2 Na to invest in. Pelman bot side here with the dagger. He's going to catch on to Wang Liang. Sees Sha in the corner here, but wants to keep the pressure up. And this is why players stick around this tower. There's so many opportunities to break the ankles of other players. It's the same reason we see players stick inside Celestra as long as they do, because they have such great opportunity to create escapes if things don't go their way. But it looks like FunPlus Phoenix's Jin over here going to come over to this Moira's Blessing, going to secure himself a legendary weapon in the back pocket, a legendary set of armor, double legendary soul jades as well. He's super happy to let these other players continue to take the fight here at Tower Watch, as he goes and gets some critical gear he's going to need heading into these final moments, Dobby.
Oh man, it's been a lot of final moments so far within this game here. Wang Liang just trying to keep it alive for himself here, but out of everything that's been happening, though, 5 players alive here inside of this, and it looks like it is going to be the timely Tower of Terror. Because it is October, you know, it's got to be something spooky, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of surprised that we haven't had any more, like, you know, bats and horror-themed stuff for this month. But you know what? It could be just the stretch of the times here. It looks like GG Shaw is going to be rotating this out here. Mike is going to be able to go for the full shield. Everybody's going to keep the same reset here as well. Everybody has that opportunity here. So I think it's going to be really, really good towards this. Let's see if they have the opportunity for it. I think it'll be good as we come back towards it, though. Let's see if they have an opportunity as we look back at the replays here from S-Rail and a GG Shaw here. Trying to see if they can rotate this around here, but they're doing a decent job of it thus far here. And looks like S-Rail just trying to maneuver this around here with that dagger, trying to do exactly what he can here. It looks like GG Shaw trying to see if he can find the angle. Nice bow shot, going to be able to connect him as well. Beautiful dodge, trying to see if he can find it, but it looks like S-Rail is able to find the opportunity, forces him to get the ulti out of this, trying not to get caught up inside the tornado as well. Trying to take the time out to see if maybe he can find the way to go through the impact, waiting for the ulti to really end here. Definitely one of the more timelier finishes of this ulti here, as he ends up catching him with the tire as well onto this one. Nice strikes, going to be able to connect him on each side here. Almost misses the slam, gets the double, and is able to get the finish here. And man, that was definitely one of the more longer battles that we've noticed so far when it comes to Naraka inside the realm of Yang.
Yeah, you know, today's been a very strong day for the players going in the realm of Yang. They have been very quick and concise with those victories, not wanting them to take too long out. AOW's Mike here with a massive parry, though. I do believe onto GG Shaw. Shaw able to come back down bot side after using that F to go airborne. Gets his dagger back in hand, and Mike's just going to back away here. Doesn't want to throw himself headlong into these fights too much. He's got 2 eliminations, and this is a great opportunity for Mike to find his way back into this lineup here. You know, he's only a couple points behind the 2 players ahead of him, and both Railgun and WBG Spider have been eliminated relatively early here inside these lobbies. So AOW Mike wants to make the most out of this opportunity as possible. So he's not going to come in and pressure too many of these fights. Wang Liang, on the other hand, 4 eliminations under his belt. He's going to pressure every elimination he can get his hands on here. This is a player who we have seen before literally snatch victory away from the maws of AOW's Mike and WBG Spider. If he can find a big pop-off game here, he can find himself in a situation where he's in that final game, and if he pits Mike and Spider against each other again, he could potentially walk away your grand final champion. So time's going to tell, but he needs to put a lot of points up on the board. There's still 4 more players to eliminate here, so a lot of potential for Wang Liang to be able to continue to build those points here in this game. Mike trying to go in and use that 2-na crucially again to save those resources, but FunPlus Phoenix's Jin with the cannon going to use that explosion radius to scare Mike away from the building so that Mike can't finish getting that 2-na off. He does get the full heal tick, but he's not going to get that crucial buff that comes in from completing the 4 full ticks of 2-na. Mike going to take some bow shots here from GG Shaw, trying to find the reset off the pop here. Shaw not able to find the 3rd shot, so AOW Mike going to get most of the reset that he really wanted from that pot, holding on for dear life. GG Shaw on the backside here with the wisps up, going to use that opportunity and the distance he's created to go ahead and get the reset, looking for an opportunity to repair that bow as well. Going to throw the wisp out and turn around and start throwing those bow shots yet again, Dobby.
Even with this, though, top 5 placement here, Wang Liang, Jin, Mike, Panaman, Shaw. It's a good top 5 here. Very strong contender for a top 5. Definitely a top 5 that we definitely expect a little bit more here out of this one. This, like I said, this could be Jin's time. I remember saying this earlier here. I would love to see FunPlus Phoenix's Jin end up getting a dub here, and this could be exactly what we need to see. As GG Shaw is going to be able to confirm that elimination with the bow, just like that, getting his 2nd elimination as well. Now tied up with AOW's Mike inside of this circle. Gonna be interesting to see how they'll be able to rotate this around. Top 4 finally gonna be able to do it. It looks like GG Shaw with the dreadful whale, able to put a lot of magic together here, but looks like it's gonna be Jin's moment here. Let's hope that maybe he has the opportunity to let it strike here as Circle 6 is slowly closing in on this. The opportunity to be able to connect some shots is definitely palpable. Let's see if Mike is going to be able to rotate this around and maybe keep it alive for himself. He might get targeted a little bit as well towards this one. FunPlus Phoenix's Jin trying to see if he can rotate it. Doesn't want to get caught inside of this box here. Oh, no. Oh, that could have been really bad if he pushed in just a little bit closer. Losing out on all of his shield, though. Getting hit by daggers on both sides here. Definitely has to be careful, though, as the circle slowly starts to close in, making it harder for Mike to be able to get any type of shield off, unless he has a free moment here to maybe be able to do it by himself, as Wang Liang is going to be able to capture some nice hits, though, with the dagger right onto Mike, forcing him to back off this. But Mike is still playing this out. Not really trying to force himself to find a space, and definitely doesn't want to sit still because it gives him that free space to be able to get the hit. But obviously, GG Shaw is making it really, really hard, trying to close in this gap as much as possible. Almost catches him with the dagger downs here, but GG Shaw is able to retract and reset. Beautiful side to be able to find this out here. He's just trying to find his open space here to do exactly what he needs to there. He's been struggling in his moments here to take the time to do what he needs to. And Mike still with some shields, still with some heals, struggling to find an opportunity for him to fully shield up. As it looks like he's just going to take the... Oh, Jin absolutely destroys this man. Beautiful slam to be able to do what he needs to here. Nice strike takedown, but it looks like Fun plus Phoenix's Jin is going to be the last hit onto AOW's Mike to secure his 4th elimination, tying this up with Wang Liang. Am I going to be right 2 times in a row? Am I going to call this out and say that Jin is actually going to be able to win this game? Let's see if he has the opportunity to close out this game strong in our game number 4. Both of them being able to hold strong here. Both of them having amazing soul jakes to be able to do what he needs to here. GG Shaw with that dreadful well. Fun plus Phoenix's Jin with that Soul Jade, with the spear, able to do enough defense to be able to hold strong here. With that offensive is going to be absolutely dangerous here, as he's going to be able to pop the ulti here, seeing if the opportunity is going to present himself here, but he's staying inside of the circle, trying not to lose out on the opportunity, though. Beautiful strikes on GG Shaw, hits him dangerously as Wang Liang is going to successfully steal that elimination away, but this is going to be it. 1v1, catches him inside of it, though. Almost struggles to try to see if he can catch him on the outskirts, but it's not going to be enough as Wang Liang is going to hold it to the very, very end. He holds it to the very end, and you can see the teary eyes in his face. He's been working so hard. He wants to secure